What's up? Welcome back. I am now in Washington, and to be honest, there hasn't been too many bookstores that I've been to yet. Okay, there will be more, hopefully. But right now, I'm on the north side of the Olympic Peninsula. I just enjoyed the Olympic National Forest today. Went down to the Holomosses, and there's one other trail down by the Hoh River there. I forget what it's called. Something nature trail. And then I drove around, went through Forks, and I did record a video on Twilight. It's not very good. The video or the book, neither are good. And then I went up to, oh man, Sol Duc Falls, which are really cool. And now I'm here by some other waterfall that's not as good, but hey, it's very cool. And I don't know if you can see the river behind me flowing, which if it's noisy, that's why. Anyway, let's try to do this video before I get eaten by flies. First up, I bought a whole bunch of Jack Vance paperbacks at some Paperbacks Galore, I think it was called. So that was good. Jack Vance, born 1916. One of the greats, the sci-fi golden age. This is from, I just picked one of the novels of his that I bought. He's famous for Dying Earth series, but here's one of the ones I bought, and it's Galactic Effectuator, 1980. Okay, it's two short stories back to back about the same guy. What does he do? He's like a detective, I think. And there's the advanced robotics, and he travels to other planets and things like that. Yeah, kind of just a fun, like pulp paperback sci-fi. So that's good. Always good to collect some Jack Vance. And here's another one I got at the same store, and that is Frank Herbert. Okay, author of Dune. Okay, very famous. His novel Under Pressure. Okay, Frank Herbert, born at 1920, 4 years after Jack Vance. Also one of the golden age sci-fi greats. Now this one I actually read it already. I did it in like 2 days, I guess. Not that that's fast, but yeah, I did kind of blitz through it. And it's one of those hard sci-fi books, which means it's like trying to like adhere as closely as possible to like realistic science. And what it's about, I don't want to get hung up on it too long, but I'll try to summarize it quickly. It's about a team of so 4 guys are on a team of the operate a submarine. That was like the weirdest way to say that. There's 4 guys that operate a submarine, and the last 20 submarines that have gone to steal oil from the Russians have all been killed. So they think it's because there's a bunch of moles and they are sabotaging the missions. And so the last guy that was on the boat went crazy, the electronics officer. So they get a new guy, who's the protagonist, to replace the electronics officer and be one of the 4 people on the subtug, which is subtug is what they call the submarine. And so it just kind of follows him trying to dissect who's the mole on this ship. It's like a classic whodunit. It's like real life Among Us. Okay. I did think there were a lot of parts of this book that were really well done, like the pacing, the intrigue. Like he really gets you like, oh, like every time something happens on the boat, you're like, oh no, this is it. They're gonna die. But the problem is that half the time he's talking about stuff about a submarine. I'm not sure if he spent time on a submarine. How does he know all that stuff? But it's so much of the book that you're like half the time you don't even know what's going on. So mixed review on this one. But I mean, if he's setting out to write hard sci-fi, he did that perfectly. So yeah, depends if you like it, I guess. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. A few weeks ago we talked about a bunch of Herman Hesse books that I bought. So I don't want to dwell on this too long because we talked about him already. But I did buy his Stories of 5 Decades. It's just a compilation of his short stories. So happy to pick that up as well. I think I must be pretty close to getting all of Hesse now, so that's good. Next up, we kind of have a deep cut here, and that's Friar Rolfe's Hadrian VII. The name of our author. Sorry, there's flies trying to bite me. Also, Frederick Baron Corvo. So I think the author, born 1860 maybe. He was involved in the church somehow. Sorry, I'm gonna get this fly here. Got him. He kind of failed to move up the hierarchy in the Catholic Church, and so in this book, was he involved with the Catholic Church? I think he was, and then stopped, because Wikipedia says he's like a artist, author, and eccentric. Okay, I want my Wikipedia page one day to say eccentric on it. That'd be the highest honor. Anyway, in this book, The guy is like also kind of like a double of the author. He's like a failed bishop or something in the church. Sorry, I'm not super familiar with the different levels. But anyways, somehow some other higher ups in the church conspire to like have him elected as pope, and so he goes from like a nobody, an obscure nobody, and then becomes the pope and kind of is very unorthodox, chain smokes cigarettes, and kind of breaks all the rules, and it's kind of a comedy type thing. So yeah, looking forward to reading Hadrian VII. Next up we have another deep cut, actually, Benjamin Disraeli's Sibyl. Okay, here's the front cover. I haven't given a flop report in a while, so I will report happily that this book has excellent flop. Penguin English Library, okay, thank you very much for that. Anyways, this is one of those roman à thèse, I think I'm saying that right. It means novel with a thesis, okay? And the thesis of this novel is that the working conditions of England are bad. We need to fix them. I think this book's published 1845, around there. So yeah, mid-19th century. Working class conditions in Britain need to be improved. That's the thesis. And the guy, Benjamin Disraeli, actually was the Prime Minister of Britain for a while. So I don't know if the book was published before or after he was elected, but there you go. Kind of a political novel. Will I read it anytime soon? Probably not. But I will maybe pull it off the shelf and flop it just to, you know, make myself feel better. Okay, next up, I thought I had almost all of Conrad, but apparently I was missing some. Here's his very first novel, actually, and that is Almayer's Folly. Okay, it's about a poor Dutch trader who's involved in Malaysia. Okay, he marries a native girl there and has a daughter. And then there's some mix-up with some other guy who's trying to like marry her, but then there's issues with the dowry, and they have to go back to Malaysia to like I don't know, secure a river or something. Anyways, I don't know exactly about the plot, but Joseph Conrad, very good guy to buy. I should reread Heart of Darkness. I haven't read it since high school, but yeah, one of the all-time greats. One thing I didn't know about Conrad, he was born Polish and didn't speak fluent English until his mid-20s, which is crazy because he's like one of the best authors of all time. So yeah, anyways, his British citizenship I think only came later. He was, yeah, born in Poland. So okay, lastly but not leastly, another deep cut. Wow. This is P.T. Barnum's autobiography, Struggles and Triumphs. Okay, so P.T. Barnum was born, I think, end of the 19th century, and he became he's one of those modern polymaths. He became like a showman, a philanthropist, an investor, and his main gig was that he traveled around with a traveling circus and like promoted the performers. And he like made a whole bunch of money and like paid them like a lot better than a lot of other traveling circus people. Like he actually like took care of his employees, apparently. Not sure how true that is. But yeah, this is kind of just him talking about his life. So there's more flies now, I'm getting attacked. Talking about his life and his philosophies and all the ups and downs of the circus industry. And yeah, it says on the back here, he's America's first purveyor of pop culture. So again, probably just one of those things they put on the back cover. Best book ever published. They all say that. Anyways, yeah, kind of cool to find this one. Published Penguin Classics. Always nice to buy those. So yeah, that's the stack today. I definitely will buy more books in Washington, but it remains to be seen whether or not I will go to Portland. Or sorry, Portland's in Oregon. Seattle. My mistake. Sorry. Whether or not I go to Seattle, we'll see. Because if I go to Seattle, I'll definitely buy a lot more. But if I don't, I won't. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. See you next one. See ya next one? See you next time. Or on the next one. See you next time.